He was living with two housemates, and he had told us for years that he wanted his own house, that he wasn't happy living with housemates, and they really never listened to him. And then whenever the new office staff came in and Carl started telling them, and then we heard about enabling technology, they gave him a chance to use that, and he moved out on his own and is doing great. I wasn't scared about my job, but at the beginning I was scared to leave him there by himself, even though he had the technology, because my mindset was, what if something happens and I'm not there to help him, and then I got to get out there really quick. But about losing no, I wasn't worried about losing my job though. It was just the fear factor of him being there by himself. Previously, like, he expected like everybody to do like the cooking and his laundry for him, but when he moved out on his own, he took the initiative. Now he does his own laundry, he cooks his own food. Well, most things he'll cook. Sometimes he has to have a little bit of help, and I'll show him how to do it. He's 100 times in a better mood now. He loves being by himself. He feels more independent, and that's what he wanted. My biggest thing was, like I said, I was scared to death to do this because where I wasn't going to be there with him. But the tips I can give you, there are people just like we are. Let them take their risk, and if it don't work out, it don't work out. But most of the time, whatever you let them try, it works out for the good, and it puts that person in a whole lot better mindset, and he's a whole lot happier.
Brad lived in a three-person home, um, and he had been in a three-person home, I think, for about 13 years at that point. Um, and he just didn't really get along with his housemates, and it wasn't anything to do with them. Um, it was just he just didn't want to be living with anybody. He wanted to live by himself. He wanted to live out on his own, you know. No, before enabling technology, you just got what you got, you know. Brad wanted his alone time. Brad wanted his downtime. And when you've got staff 24 hours a day, you've got two roommates, there's just no place to go, you know. Brad probably should not have been living the way he was living, but like you said, there was no way out, you know. There are supports that he needed, such as rides to work, a little bit of help with cooking, which, thanks to enabling technology and stuff like that, you know, he's able to eventually not become a chef, but he can make his own eggs, you know. There were some certain things, you know, behaviors that Brad exhibited that went away after he started living in enabling technology and living independently. Though it was for a lot better, you know, things that he couldn't be trusted with beforehand, you know, all of a sudden that's not an issue anymore, you know. You know, he never thought at 40 years old he would be moving out into his own place and actually be able to be a bachelor for the first time in his life, you know. The technology, of course, you know, allowed us to, well, one example is the Ring doorbell. You know, in the event of a situation, an unwelcome visitor or something like that, you know, Brad would welcome anybody into his home. You know, so that was a worry in the beginning, but it's turned out that, you know, you being able to utilize the Ring doorbell, I mean, we see everyone coming, and almost 4 years in, you know, there's not been any issues. You know, Brad's a night owl. Brad likes to stay up, but, you know, having a job that he has to be to the next day, you know, needing a little encouragement or a reminder to go to bed, you know, we were able to set up voice alerts through the house with familiar voices, you know, people that worked with him, that at a certain time, you know, that voice alert reminds him it's time to go to bed. So, you know, and he gets in bed, and, you know, the bed alerts if Brad gets up, not back in bed in a certain time, then we know we probably need to send someone over to check, make sure he's not fell or had an accident or something. So, which there's not been any problems thus far. There was a lot of backlash, a lot of apprehensiveness, and basically what it boiled down to is people afraid of losing their jobs. You know, the big rumors that it's going to wipe out tech's going to take over DSP positions, which is completely untrue. You know, people moved on to being night monitors. They moved on to being able to find day positions that they might wanted, you know. They're able to do things that they didn't think they would be like to do as a staff, such as job coaching, such as, you know, just being that monitor that comes by and maybe just ensures that meds are given, you know. So after, you know, it took a while, but after the first year we started seeing a lot of people come around, especially the ones that were really apprehensive. They're all on board for it now, you know. I started in this field in 1993, and I've worked for this company for 24 years. I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of things that people have come up with. And by far, enabling technology is the best thing that we've come up with as far as being able to truly support individuals independently. I would strongly tell anybody they need to at least give it a try. You've got people that don't need staff all the time around them that can benefit from this. And one thing, you know, we talked about behaviors. I mean, if you're looking for a way to get rid of those behaviors, this enabling technology is a way to do it. Like I said, it's the best thing I've seen in almost 30 years. Out of supportive employment, out of mentoring, out of family-based model, out of all of these things that has been presented to us over the years, this one has been the most successful, in my opinion.